Hey, short video, real quick about the whole good thing now. It's been about 2.5 days, and I am just literally, I shouldn't say I'm amazed. I kind of expected it, but in some ways I'm amazed by the amount of hate and vitriol that came from one stupid little video I did in which I acknowledged it was a stupid commercial, acknowledged that it was terrible, acknowledged that it sucked, and it was a horrible look. And I'm amazed by that people say, well, you abuse women. I feel sorry for you. You MAGA, MAGA. For what? It was terrible. But I do appreciate the interaction. It got up to 11,000 plus views and a lot of comments that come through. One of the things I do want to say, though, in defense of, Garrett, who is the guy who is the subject of that, Garrett and all those guys on Good, Bubby, Matt Sharf, they screwed up. They screwed the pooch on this one, to say the least. But those are some of the nicest guys, and I feel bad for them because I know that they're just going through hell right now. And, a bad commercial, a dumb decision, shouldn't ruin your life, but that's the way our rage cancel culture is. I'm curious how this cancel culture and how this woke a group of people that are going nuts over this, that their lives are over with and they're going to vow never to buy a Callaway golf product again. I'm curious as to how they'll react the first time a man pretending to be a woman runs over, a lady in the lane as he's going to the hoop and leaves her with a concussion. Talk about violence toward women and stuff. That is going to be bad. This was an act that was put on. As far as Callaway goes, it wasn't Callaway. Callaway, although they were guilty by association, they're doing the best they can for damage control in this type of situation, crisis management. That's what corporations do. I've owned businesses myself. I know about crisis management. Those guys, Callaway donates over $24 to $30 million a year towards women's golf. If you go up and look up all the women that they sponsor on the LPGA Tour, it's just crazy. I mean, there's some great stories about that. We live in a cancel culture that is obsessed or oppressed with the spirit of offense, always looking for something to be offended by. And that is really where they find their oxygen. That is where they find their energy and their life form. And that's just the way it is. The guys at Good are dealing with that fallout right now. Stuff is disappearing off shelves because companies don't want to be associated with it. But you know what? They may or may not recover. Callaway will recover. Callaway's a giant. And in fact, I bought 700 shares of their stock yesterday when it bottomed out because it's going to come back up, and it got at a low price that made it attractive. It was only 700 shares, so it's not that big of a deal. But I belong to 2 country clubs, and I played one each of them in the last 2 days. You know what I didn't see? I didn't see men beating women. I didn't see men tackling women on the fairway. I saw husbands and wives playing together. I saw boyfriends and girlfriends playing together, having a great time, and creating memories. In the clubhouse and in the restaurant, they were talking, laughing, joking. They weren't living in fear. I didn't see women with bruises all over them. Okay, so I've been married for 35 years, married with my wife for 40. She was one of my first employees that worked for me when I opened up a health club and tanning salon to put myself through college many years ago. We've never spent an angry night away from each other. And we're enjoying life. We've got a beautiful daughter that's strong-willed, independent, is a business owner herself, does terrific. So, tough thing for those guys, tough time for those guys, but wish them the best through it. And, I'm really hoping, Garrett, Bobby, I know you guys will never see this video because you don't watch it, but hey, I'm a big fan of your